He was excellent in the attacking space. Al-Zamzami sends it out for another throw-in. And that was Dominic Dono, the 5'9 midfielder. Plays for the 08 MLS Next team for the Michigan Jags. Ball sent out for a corner. Michigan Jaguars once again would tie for first place with a win today. Short quick kick taken. We're going to go back. This is Taluso. Once again, low cross sent into the foot of a defender. The two-main Dia. Try to deflect it. Out of bounds. Quick throw-in. A little bit of chaos in the box, and able to come up on top was Ismail Haidan. That was number 33, Vincent Stockton, the 5'10 attacker from University of Detroit Mercy, creating some pressure. Karuma sends it back to Al-Zamzami. Liquid Football missing Albari, one of the best scorers on this team. And if you're just joining us, they only brought 14 to the stadium today, so limited reserves could bode well for the Michigan Jaguars as Alaji Karuma is able to retain that throw-in. Crowd growing more and more as the minutes pass by. Very early here for the Michigan Jaguars. I'm sure there's some Liquid Football fans in attendance as well. Lights are bright for an 8:30 p.m. local time kickoff. Looks like the ball was called out of bounds before it was sent back in. A two-main Dia was trying to take advantage of that scoring opportunity. Probably the quickest player on the field that we'll see tonight. So by far the latest start time for a Michigan Jags game this season. I think for many games across the entire Midwest Premier League. I don't know many that have started past 8 o'clock, let alone 8:30. Maurice Toma, almost a great through ball to Dehay Nanru. Ball sent away. Dominic Dono trying to chase after it. The kid running past grown men and is now tripped. And it sets up a set piece in the danger zone, about 5 yards out from the 18. Center ref getting everything squared away. As all 21 members are on your screen at the moment. A little less than 15 into this match so far. Taking this free kick is Otavio Taluso. Sends it in and away. I do believe it was blocked, though, so it is going to be a corner for the Jags. Corner to be taken by Dominic Dono, who's grown more into a bigger role with this team as it's gone on. Haidan will punch it up into the air, and the goal sent into the net. Are you kidding me? What a wonder shot! Arthur White! Unbelievable! Wow. Ball knocked into the air. And a roundhouse kick from the right foot of Arthur White sends it into the back of the net to give the Jags a 1-0 lead. First goal of the season for White. In the 15th minute. I believe ref's trying to make sure everything is set in his scorecard before they get going. First shot on goal, first goal for either side. A little bit of tossing and turning going around. Dominic Dono sends it inside to Ryan Sanborn. It gets kicked away by Hayden. Calvin Pollock will send it into the box. And Hayden is trying to get his team to go quick. It's not typically the Liquid football style, though. They like to build things up over a period of time. Cross, ill-advised. Ryan Sanborn's going to intercept it and wait for his team to get inside the box. No one's making a lot of movement off the ball, though. Despite that, as Otavio Taluso sends it outside. I do believe this is Vincent Stockton. Now inside the 18. Not the right touch for the Jags, and it's out for a goal kick. If you missed the first goal of the game, I would recommend rewinding back to the 15th minute and checking it out. An unbelievable roundhouse kick from the foot of a defender, Arthur White from Northwood. One of the, this team doesn't have captains, but if you were to award that captain badge, he would definitely be one of them. One of the elders on this team. Has been playing with the Michigan Jaguars for a long period of time, a few years now at this point, as the Jags are in their 4th season in the Midwest Premier League. Cross sent beautifully to Nino Shembri. We'll go back inside. Shembri will get it back on the opposite side on the field, on the near side of your camera, or your screen, I should say. Not the right pass, though, so Hayden will scoop it up for a goal kick. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention that a member of our Point Images crew, I don't know if I'm at liberty to share all the details of what took place, but underwent something serious this past weekend that, to put it lightly, made the weekend a lot worse than it probably would have been otherwise, and ultimately is going to have a pretty great effect on his life. So Ed Hara, we're just want to let you know and all the people know that we are praying for you. We're keeping you in our thoughts. And the We Are Soccer crew, all of us, are wishing you the best of health. I was able to have some text conversations with him pretty recently, so I know he's going to get back to full strength pretty soon here. Wishing you the best in your health, Ed. In the box now. Sent away by Nino Shembri. Dylan Wismont receives that throw in. Inside, has the shot, not going to take it though. Wanted a two-main Dia. And a little bit of grabbing and pushing will send Otavio Taluso to the ground. And will reset the play back in favor of the Michigan Jaguars. Inside, pass intercepted. Ball sent back to Al-Zamzami. This is a very tough Michigan Jaguars defense that they're seeing. Not letting them have anything easy. And again, this was supposed to be the first game of the season for the Jags. I believe the second for Liquid Football. Good deflection by, I believe that was Arthur White to prevent the easy scoring chance from Liquid. A little kung fu kick from number 15, Alaji Kuroma, excuse me. Liquid building up. Ball bouncing in all types of different directions before Ottavio Toluso will save it off the foot of a Liquid Football player. Michigan Jags now. Vincent Stockton. Nice run inside. He's got number 39, Ryan Sanborn. Looked like he was off from my perspective, but no call from the ref. Moves inside after pass goes a little farther than it was intended to go. Inside again. Oh, Sanborn, you got the open edge. All he has to do is turn around and let loose, and he probably would have had the second goal for the Michigan Jaguars. Liquid Football has the open space. I think that's Maurice Toma begging for someone to move. And it is. He's a defender moving all the way up into the attacking space. Kuroma inside, crosses off the foot of number 39 Sanborn, and it gives the Jags possession now. Good defensive move from the attacker. That's not what you want to see, though. Atume Ndia gives it to Maurice Toma, who gets tripped very close to the box. Just outside of the 18, though. On the near side of the circle. That ball will be placed there. And a set piece similar to what we saw on the other side in favor of the Jags will give Maurice Toma a chance to put a shot on frame with a, looked like that was going to be a 6-man wall in front of him. Alfonso Henrique in goal. Has not given up a goal this season at home. Here we go. Toma sends it inside. Saved! And an instant goal off the ricochet. No! Offside's called. Drama. And the ball's back in play. Not sure who got the ricochet goal in, but it doesn't matter. I would be curious to watch that one back. And the Jags let out a sigh of relief. The shot was so powerful, it bounces off the chest of Alfonso Henrique, and he's able to keep himself perfect at home. 8 saves on the season. Liquid with possession now. Looked like the man who sent it in was number 10, Dehay Nanru, if I saw it right. I could be incorrect on that. Excuse me, it was number 19, Sal Alzamzami. That would have been the second defender who scored in tonight's match. You're lucky to see one in an entire game. But nonetheless, now the Jags trying to get something going. Shot off of the crossbar above the goalpost. That crossbar marks the out-of-bounds mark, so it is a goal kick. Javi Batista with his arms folded, not pleased with what he's seeing, I imagine. Well, head coach Dan Dieck as well as assistant coach Mark Zathe are content sitting in their chairs on the other side. Abdou Sene. That's Pania Murti moving it up. And this Jaguars team pressing up is given Liquid Football fits all over the place. Until now, when they take chances they probably shouldn't take, depending on who you ask. It allows for attacking chances like this one. This is Alaji Karoma. Inside, a great deflection, I believe, from Arthur White. Ball moving back and forth now. Both teams playing aggressively. Trying to stop this one is Tanner Locke. And he does, but it's a throw in for Liquid. Through 25 minutes of action, not a whole lot has taken place so far. Henrique taking his time to send it away. And there's a lot of jersey grabbing on both sides. You can't fault one team or the other because both of them are doing it and it hasn't been called up to this point. More aggressive style that we've seen from the Jags today than we typically see. Maybe it's because of their opponent and they recognize the gravity of this match, where if they win, they'll be in a three-way tie, for the first place spot in the division. And to be at a place where you are significantly younger than the other teams you're competing with at that spot, including Liquid Football, who they play tonight, as well as Cedars FC, another team based out of Dearborn that is made up largely of guys who play with each other for years now at this point. And all these kids for the Michigan Jaguars are still in school. Maybe they played in the academy with each other, but not a lot of experience. That's a handball. Not going to get called by Dominic Dono. Also a large age gap, too. You see some juniors and seniors such as Arthur White, as well as some other keepers that are not on the roster tonight, all the way down to Dominic Dono, who I believe is 16 years old. I guess seniors in college, I should say. Shot sent a little too high from Dylan Wismont. I want to remind folks that today's match is brought to you by the North American Soccer Expo, taking place August 1st through 3rd, 2025 in Novi, Michigan. The premier event designed exclusively for soccer directors, coaches, administrators, and professionals at every level of the game, from recreational to professional. Whether you're guiding a grassroots program or leading at the elite level, you'll find tailored content to match your experience, from dynamic on-field demonstrations to in-depth classroom sessions. Beyond the education, this is your chance to network with peers, connect with mentors, and be part of a growing community dedicated to advancing the sport. Don't miss our 2 evening social events, perfect for building lasting relationships and exchanging ideas in a relaxed setting. Register today at NorthAmericanSoccerExpo.com. That's NorthAmericanSoccerExpo.com. Big thank you to the North American Soccer Expo for sponsoring not only this broadcast, but the Michigan Jaguars organization, who will have some presenters there, as well as Craig Hearn, Brooks Lane Beer, and the boys. Well, some other stars, such as Alexi Lalas, who is the Fox Sports contributor and a former U.S. men's national team player. Otavio Toluso was getting both of his arms pulled from behind. There's going to be some substitutions coming in for Liquid Football, looks like. You can sub in once per half. Remember the Midwest Premier League rules. And the Jags will get a throw-in in the attacking zone. Sending it into the box. Headed away by a defender. And the ball is now sent out. In favor of Liquid. Haji Kuruma. That was Sam Al-Zamzami, or Sal Al-Zamzami, who won that throw-in. Chest pass will give Liquid Football the ball just a little bit further up, as the Jags are now starting to build a little bit of a nice crowd here at Clarenceville High School, home of the Trojans in Livonia, Michigan. Ball sent wide to Kuroma. Look at the speed from Maurice Toma to close in on that. Who's listed on my sheet as a defender, but he's been in the attacking space for the majority of this match. This is Toluso. Sent it out for Stockton, who will go back to Shembury. Looks like the Jags were going to reset. And they will. But after the throw-in, I assume. Multiple substitutions coming in for the Michigan Jaguars. They brought a full 18 tonight, so they have many players to work with at their disposal. Subbing in now for Ryan Sanborn is Nathan Casal, 6'2", forward from Northwood University. A few Northwood guys on this roster, including the man who scored in the 15th minute, Arthur White. Dan Diak has given some marching orders to the men who just stepped off the field, including Ryan Sanborn, trying to make sure that everybody's on the same page. 4-2-3-1 formation for them. I do believe Liquid Football is in a 4-3-3. Shembri sends it up and away. Also subbing onto the field was, for the first time this season, I believe, is Bernardo Testone, the 6'2 attacker from Medina University, who enters his sophomore year as he traveled from Brazil to play for Medina this upcoming season. I've talked about it before, but a lot of interesting and great work that assistant coach for the Jags, Mark Zathi, is doing over there as the head coach of Medina University. A very interesting recruiting philosophy as he's able to bring guys from all over the world to play for a small NAIA school in Livonia, Michigan. Dylan Wismont wants a shot, has 3 defenders in front of him, so nothing there. And the ball is blocked away, sending it all the way back to the back line. But yes, multiple players for this Medina team hailing from Brazil, Spain, Colombia, Japan, among other countries. And because Zathi is involved with this Jags program, they're able to get some extra touches in and continue to work on their game in the summer. Well, they take some summer classes, I assume. A lot of them will come to the States because they want to learn English. So Medina is able to help them with that, as well as earn a college degree in Southeast Michigan. A lot of drama in the box. Hyden's able to get his hands on it. Ball sent up and away. A two-main D is able to retain possession. That long frame, he's one of the quickest players on this team. On this field, I should say. Maurice Toma's pretty close to him. That's Dehay Nanru on the near side. Calvin Pollock trying to make sure that there's no ill-fated passes. Testone not able to catch up to it. And the foul is called in favor of the Michigan Jaguars, who are looking to sub on 3 more guys. Trying to keep the legs fresh as we have 8 minutes left before stoppage time. The lob pass just a little too far. And possession is back for Liquid Football. 1-0 lead for the Michigan Jaguars. A very impressive roundhouse kick from the defender, Arthur White, who I had a nice conversation with in our pregame show a couple weeks ago. Wasn't able to get anybody on the phone this time around, the 4th of July. I think kept everybody busy, including myself. Put on a couple pounds in beer, I'll be honest. Enjoyed myself. I'm sure our producer John Mills did too. He shakes his head no. I don't know if I believe it. Hyden's had the ball in his hands a lot. This Jags team has done a great job of creating pressure up to this point. They're trying to do so once again as they have the ball in their possession once. Jags player is tripped. I don't think that was of the Liquid Football players doing. Shembri sends it away. Was a beautiful through ball. Just not able to catch up to it was number 32, Nathan Casal. More substitutions coming in for the Michigan Jaguars. One of them is stepping onto the field for the first time this season, I believe, at least at home. Number 51, Alex Bylan, the 5'6" midfielder who plays for the MLS Next team for the Michigan Jaguars. Kuroma sends it in. There's a lot of pushing on both sides. Head referee is, I don't want to say inconsistent with the way he's calling it, but I feel like you have to call all of them, or Call none of them. Through ball sent very far for number 10, Dehay Nanru. He's called, I thought he was called offsides. I think they're going to say he was out of bounds, which makes it a throw in for the Jags. Nanru didn't believe it. That was Byland who sent it to Casal. It was an excellent touch, if I say so myself. Calvin Pollock now back to Arthur White. Great job of passing back and forth and really spreading out this Liquid football team. I haven't really seen this team be taken advantage of like they have tonight. Here's a two-main Dia, or sorry, Nanru as I say that. Wanted the pass to Dia. Byland keeps it alive and in bounds. Foul called on number 7, Abdou Sene. So before it goes out for a throw-in, it'll be a free kick around the 25-yard line. 35 yards out from goal. Number 36, Tanner Locke, to send it in. Headed up. Hyden wasn't sure where the ball was, but he gets it placed nicely in his lap before he throws it away, or sends it away, excuse me. Trying to create a counter chance for Liquid football before it's intercepted by Tanner Locke. Scoring opportunity. Oh my goodness. And I guess it's an own goal. The defender tried to send it away, but he ends up sending it right into the back of his own box. So getting credit for the goal. I wasn't sure who at first, so forgive me. We'll get the name in a second. We'll credit the Michigan Jaguars player with that goal, as he's one who's able to slip it past Ismail Haidan, who's now allowed 2 goals and I believe only 1 save in this match so far. 2-0 for the Michigan Jaguars. I believe it might have been 31, Bernardo Testone, who stepped onto the field at home for the first time this season. Another attacking chance for the Jags. Oh, slips past Ismail Haidan, but ends up sliding out wide of the goalpost, so it's a goal kick with not too much time left until stoppage time. There's been a lot of stoppages throughout the game, so I would imagine only a minute, maybe 2, if that, for stoppage time, as the Jags have amassed a 2-0 lead on a rescheduled game. Handball is called on Testone. We did confirm scored that goal and will be credited as such because he slipped it past Ismail Haidan before number 7, Abdou Sene, tried to deflect it away and sent it into his own goal. This is to Hey Nanru, now double teamed. Ball sent out, throw in favor of Liquid. Trying to get themselves back into this game. Tumendia not able to corral it in, but it's deflected away and it's a corner for Liquid Football. Stoppage time will roll for about a minute or so after this corner kick is sent away off the head of Nathan Casal, I believe. Puniamurti sends a shot from across the planet. Nanru will send it in. And a great save from Afonso Henrique. Second save of the evening for him. On a late night matchup on We Are Soccer. Thanks to everybody watching across the state of Michigan, across the United States, across the Midwest in the Midwest Premier League. Wobbly pass is sent out to the other side. And these teams will pass back and forth. Whether you're watching on X, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, MySpace, Amazon Prime, or Netflix, we're very thankful for you checking us out for a late night matchup. I do believe there was a yellow card given there. Not sure on who. It was on the Jaguars player, though. First yellow of the evening in stoppage time. Like I said, I can't imagine there'd be any more than 30 seconds left to play. Al-Zamzami, who's set to take the free kick, looked back at the clock and understands the situation he's in. So this team will look to move quick. Ball deflected away. Tumendia goes out to Nanru. These guys have a lot of chemistry with each other. Haven't been able to connect on a lot of passes tonight because of this stout defense. Arthur White sends it out for a corner. Almost like a last-ditch effort to try to prevent anything crazy from taking place, but you give up the set piece chance. Ball sent in far away. It's headed away by a defender. And number 49, I believe that's Reese McCreary, sending it all the way to the other side. And that is going to be the end of the first half. Michigan Jaguars have been about perfect throughout the entirety of this game up to this point. Liquid Football looks undermanned so far, and they've been out of sync. We'll be back just before the second half starts with a halftime report. We'll see you then.
Hi, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Okay. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
America. Ooh, wow, that's not MLS. Cool.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin, you know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh? Change tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Get side on touch. Play, see it, yes.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do.
Warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up, this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
What?
And I'm gonna give you one opportunity because we're friends. Winner!
Who gives a shit about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team. Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
He does things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
All right, Brooks. We're at our favorite store, Soccer World in Rochester. We're just gonna do some light shopping. Nothing big. Ooh, pretty colors. Oh, and one of these too?
Ooh, Germany. Nate would like this.
Hey, Brooks, look at all these. Look what I got.
South America. Ooh. Wow, that's not MLS. Ugh.
Socks? No.
Ooh, a ball pump. Next in line.
Sir, you're next.
Right. That's a mannequin. You know that.
Huh?
It's a mannequin.
Oh. Sorry, sir.
Craig, what are you doing?
Nothing.
Huh? Change tempo, yes, drop out, good. Yes, touch play, right foot, yes. Scan, good. Touch in, play, drop your hip, right, yes, good scan. Yes. Jay, well done. Inside on touch. Play, see it, yes.
I'm Craig Hearn. Today, I'm here with the football doc, Dr. Zachary Atwood. He's going to show me some simple exercises and stretches to do before my soccer games. Because to be honest, I'm getting a little older and I need to be better prepared for these games. All right, he's got some stuff he's going to show us. Let's jump in.
What's up, guys? Dr. Zach here with Craig. We're going through a dynamic warm-up here. Super important, especially in this age group as we get older. A lot of guys that I see, they go right from their car and straight to the field without any warm-up. We want to make sure that we're getting the body warm, we're getting loose, we get the heart rate up so that we can help reduce injuries. All right, guys, so I've got Craig currently doing some grass sweeps. He's doing a Frankenstein stretch, and he's also going through some pogos right now. Whoa, Craig, what the hell?
Yep, sorry, Doc. All this newfangled dynamic warm-up this and that. What was wrong with my old warm-up? Oh, yeah, the doc was right. Definitely need the new warm-up. Oh, good Lord.
What? And I'm going to give you one opportunity because we're friends.
Winner! Who gives a about where the ball's been?
Yeah, F him. They went from loving this guy, best move ever, to hating him.
I think it's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I love it because it tells you how the game was played.
There's nowhere for him to go. Literally, I think there's one place.
You can't do that in the national team.
Do I look like I'm freaking kidding?
Those things that are absolutely insane.
Successful and sexy? No. It wasn't aggravating at times? Yes.
Sorry,
That's not very fair.
It's not about being fair.
Welcome to the greatest soccer show ever.
Welcome back as the second half is getting ready to start here in just a moment. There were some lights that shut off just a second ago. There's enough to play the match, at least in my opinion. But enough about that. Let's talk about the first half. The Michigan Jaguars have looked faster. They've been more dialed in. Their teamwork has been very impressive. Pretty much the entire 45 minutes that we've played up to this point. Arthur White got us started in the 15th minute with a very impressive roundhouse kick goal. And as a midfielder, defender from Northwood, who has been a leader for this team, has played for this Michigan Jags team for many seasons now at this point, to see him get a goal to his name was great to see. And then Bernardo Testone on the heel of, or on the, I don't know what the right word for it is, but after many, many attacks where they just kept pushing more and more towards the goalpost, he caught Esmail Haidan, the goalkeeper for Liquid Football, out of his box and was able to slip it past him and make sure that the defender could not knock it back, or knock it away, excuse me, and was able to bring things up to 2-0, or 2-0, I should say, in terms of the score up to this point. Liquid Football, only one loss and one draw other than their 5 wins up to this point, but they only showed up with 14 players. The entire night, it felt like something has been off with them. Javi Batista's had his arms crossed for the majority of his time sitting as the head coach for this squad. And referee's going to not wait any longer. We're going to get things started once he blows the whistle. We are underway. Michigan Jags start with possession. 2-0 lead for them. I was very nicely corrected by the head of officials that's sitting directly in front of me about some of the yellows that have happened. There's been 3 up to this point. One of them was on Elijah Karoma, and then there were 2 others. One was on Liquid Football, and the other was on the Michigan Jaguars. So those are both numbers that have escaped me up to this point. But I'm sure our viewing audience has probably caught on to it up to this point. So very thankful to have all of you in on a late night, Tuesday night here at Clarenceville High School in the Livonia Novi area. Throw-in is sent out of the back of the end line, so Ismail Hayden will start things off for Liquid Football. In goal for the second half of this one for the Michigan Jaguars is Alvaro Lopez, who has allowed 2 goals on 6 shots on. Another goalkeeper from Madonna. He traveled from Spain to play for Madonna University. Liquid Football also missing Albari, one of their premier scorers on this team. This is Dominic Dono, one of the youngest players on the field, trying to get things started for the Jags. Throw-in is sent out for Liquid Football. Reminder of what's at stake. Michigan Jaguars 4-2-1 up to this point, and offsides called on that attacking chance. So the Michigan Jaguars 4-2-1 for 13 points. That puts them in 4th in the Great Lakes East Division. If they win this, they would be in a 3-way tie for first with the Michigan Stars and Liquid Football. The Michigan Stars beat this Liquid Football team on Friday, June 27th. That was a 4-2 final score. And that Michigan Stars team will be playing this Michigan Jags team at the Stars place this Friday at 7 p.m. And if Liquid Football were to win this and make a huge comeback, they'd take sole possession of first place at a point when, with only a couple games left to go in the season, it'd be very critical for them being able to potentially host the Great Lakes Championship. Last year, the Great Lakes Championship was won by Cedars FC, if I recall right. And with Cedars being a We Are Soccer club, if Cedars or the Jags get a chance to host it this year, I'm calling dibs. I want that call. I'd love to be there. Game would most likely take place in August. So trying to keep things going. This is number 11, Sebastian Roy, who I believe has stepped on the field for the first time. I did not see him on the field in the first half. He was listed as a sub on our roster. He took a shot on, and Alvaro Lopez was able to save it. Afonso Henrique did not have to do a lot of work, only 2 saves to his name in the first half. And we will not see him again, as this is the typical Jags style, as they like to play 2 keepers in between the pipes. Nino Chambry, the defender from Schoolcraft, will throw it in. Physical style of play has continued throughout this early going in the second half. trying to get in there by any means necessary is Vincent Stockton, and he had to send it away. The Jags want a call. I think that's because if I saw it right, the Liquid Football defender sent it back to their keeper, and their keeper punched it away, which is not allowed. So the Jags begging for a call. It was Vincent Stockton who was creating pressure in the box. Ends up being a corner instead. Nino Shembri is out there for the near side take. Ends up being sent away a little too far and headed out. Now at the feet of a Tumain Dia. Foul called after the small push and slippage from Dia gives Liquid Football possession back in their own zone. The lights on your screen look good, but here it is very dim, I'll be honest. So, great work from our Point Images crew to get only the best cameras for our We Are Soccer productions. Trying to keep this attacking going. That was Stockton who sent it in quick. Ball sent away. Dominic Dono trying to chase up to it as it's just outside the box. A little bit of tugging and throwing around directly in front of the referee. No call. The side judge saw no issue with some tussling going on the far side of the field. Ball being headed away and sent back in many different directions. Now the Jags will look to reset. Shembri to throw it in once again. Sent far. Dono wants it. Not able to get it, though. This is Otavio Toluso. Before it's cleared. And there was an offsides call on the Jags before that clearance. We'll give possession back to the Jags. Or sorry, to Liquid. Alba Al-Ghafi will go back to Tumain Dia. He's now operating on the right wing. This is 77, Juan Pablo Hermosillo, midfielder, who I also did not see in the first half. So you think you have a team with only 14 players, and 2 of them don't take any steps at all throughout the first half. I don't know if that's the best use of your resources, for lack of a better term. Ball goes out of bounds. It's a throw-in for Liquid. Imagine there's a lot of folks who are tired wearing the black jerseys with the orange lettering, orange flowers surrounding the bottom of that top, if you're wondering what that is. Very unique style for Liquid Football, as they have every season. Throw and sent beautifully into the box. Ends up getting headed away, though. That's great defense, too. Deflect that ball off the shin of an attacker for Liquid Football, giving them the throw-in. Not the touch you want. So the Jags will drop as Liquid Football looking to take advantage of their possession in the attacking zone. Sene will send it in. This is Dylan Wismont. Goes back to Sene. Nice mix of double teams from the Jags lineup. The formation does not change based on who's in the lineup, which is countercultural to how a lot of coaches will operate. So because of that, they're able to work on a lot of tactician stuff during their Tuesday and Thursday training sessions. I guess with this being a Tuesday night, that works to the Jags' favor because their bodies are used to training and conditioning themselves on Tuesday nights as is. Speaking of which, that's a beautiful through ball. Dehae Nanru with possession. 3 defenders closing in. He'll send it back out. This is Keithan Puniamurti trying to cross it in. Deflected off the chest of a Jaguar. This Jags defense has given Liquid Football all types of fits. Shot sent from the other side of Mars, and it goes over the goal post for a goal kick. No work needed from Alvaro Lopez. Quicker throughout the entirety of this game up to this point, as we are closing in on 2/3 of the way through. And usually Liquid Football is a team that's making other teams look silly with 5-1 score lines against Futsal Factory. A very impressive, it was either 3-1 or 4-1 performance against Inter Detroit that we were a part of. The only team that's really given them a loss is the Michigan Stars, and they're in a tie for first place. A little bit of throwing around going on. Jags midfielder sent to the ground. So foul earned appropriately. It's going to be Nino Shembri to take it 50 yards away from the goalpost. Sends it away. Excellent defensive move by 2 defenders to give Liquid Football possession, excuse me. Little miscommunication and now a counterattack chance. Trip, no call. Ron Touch gives Maurice Toma the counterattack chance. He wants a two-main dia. Beautiful run. Ball's going everywhere. He spins he spins himself around. Jags fans clapping in delight, as a two-main dia was too fast for his own good. Was juggling the ball up into the air and never meant to. Lopez motioned his team up. He's looking to send it away. He does. Counterattack chances have started to develop for Liquid Football, so it's a positive sign for them. Vincent Stockton. And Now Dehane Nanru on the left wing. Trying to keep possession alive, make sure that there's no ill-advised passes like that one. Atumendia was right in Lopez's face as he tried to grab that one. As twice in a row, Juan Pablo Hermosillo just kicked it in a general direction without any real person to pass to. Sunday sends it back to Esmail Hayden. He's been their goalkeeper all season long. He's been excellent for this team. And he has not been the issue for the 2 goals that have been scored on him in this matchup. You could argue the second one as he was out of his box when the attacker was directly in front of the ball. He had possession, you know. Throw in the danger zone. Atumendia gets it. This is Nanru now. Sends it in the box, directly into the arms of Lopez. Was in the direction of the goal, so we'll call that his second save of the evening. Interception from Alba Algaithi. Wanadia wasn't fast enough that time as that ball sent into the 3rd row, maybe the 10th. And the Lights are doing a great job of keeping everybody on the field informed of where they are. But for our fans in the stands, they might have a hard time walking down the steps if something's not fixed. Shembury throwing it in. Looking for a chance to attack. This is Dominic Dono, one of the youngest players on the field. Loses possession. Stockton won it alive. Jags have numbers and a great attacking chance. Vincent Stockton thought he was offsides. Shoots just wide. Ooh, very close. As I look at the goalkeeper for Liquid Football, I recognize that he has a different number on the back of his uniform than the one that's on my sheet. I do believe it is Haydn. There's no other player on the bench with a keeper's uniform on. So that ball is headed away. I guess we'll keep the situation monitored, but I just noticed now that the keeper's uniform for Liquid Football does not match the number 29 that I have listed for him, that he's worn for the majority of the season. Algaithi not able to keep it in bounds. It's a throw in for the Jags. Roughly 25 and some change left to go before this one is called a wrap. And the Jags are not satisfied against the team that's tied for first in the division. They're looking to score on a chance right here. Instead, it's blocked. Sent out for a corner. If the Jags were to score one more, that would just about do it. I don't see Liquid being able to put enough momentum together for 3 goals with 25 minutes to go. Just hasn't been that night for them, which is very shocking and surprising considering the type of talent that's on this team. Here's the corner. Sent in, was low, headed up, and over the net by a Jag player. It is a goal kick. Another counterattack chance after an ill-advised pass. Shot directly into the chest of Haydn. And that's another save. Second of the evening for him. He's had the benefit of having his defenders block a lot of shots taken against him. Pressure from Liquid. Jags keeping possession. They're doing a great job of moving the ball around. Nice off-ball movement as well. Arthur White. Shembry heads it in. No one was there, though. Shembry is hustling from one side of the field to the other to get the possession back. Now leading the charge. Who's he got? This is Dominic Dono. Sends it. Saved! Shembry whiffs on the shot. Another chance. Not quite. And sent away. Oh, my. Drama in the 18. Great save from Ismail Haydn. Throw in for the Jags. If you were to put a percentage marker on it, I bet they've had possession for at least 60% of this game. Doesn't matter if you can score on a counterattack chance here. He is offsides by a wide margin. The two-main deal was. I think you could have put three of me in between Dia and the closest defender. Moments waning on in this Michigan Jaguars game against Liquid Football. Join us at the North American Soccer Expo, taking place August 1st through 3rd, 2025 in Novi, Michigan. The premier event is social events, perfect for building lasting relationships and exchanging ideas in a relaxed setting. Register today at NorthAmericanSoccerExpo.com. That's NorthAmericanSoccerExpo.com. Our producer, John Mills, as well as myself, are now standing up. I think we've been sitting for a little too long. Not a whole lot of exciting action in this second half up to this point. It's just been one of those games. Dominic Dono trying to change that. Pass just a little too much zip on it for Otavio Toluso. Reminder, fans, that this was a game that was supposed to take place over a month ago. It would have been under much different conditions. This would have been the Jags' first game of the season and would have been the second for Liquid Football at a point when Liquid Football was peaking and the Jags didn't really know what kind of roster they had in front of them yet. Instead, over a month later, the Jags are now winners of multiple matches in a row, and Liquid Football suffered their first defeat over a week ago against the Michigan Stars, and if the result holds, they will lose their second of the season tonight. It's just interesting what momentum can do and what the decision of a referee who didn't want to be held liable what that decision does for a team's season. That game was suspended or postponed because of a faulty goalpost on the right side of the field that has since been fixed, thank goodness. There was worry that if a player fell on it in the field of play that it could have been not great. Although some team administrators and referees that I know personally have said, I would have kept it. Offsides call on, I believe that's Vincent Stockton. As this ball is just being bounced around now, not a lot of forward momentum for either side. Got to credit this Jaguars defense, which is, I don't want to say it's looked lackluster because it really hasn't, but they've been inconsistent with the way that they've been able to stay in shape and continue their pressure throughout the course of a game. I think about what ended up being the first home game of the season for them against Cedars FC, where the Jags looked so motivated and energized throughout the first 35 minutes or so. That's an ill-advised pass. This is Dominic Dono. 1 against 2. Can he split the difference? Not able to. Great defense from Sal Alzamzami to give Liquid Football possession and prevent the score, potentially. But after those 35 minutes passed in that Cedars game, and the Trees were able to score. Are they the Trees? I think so. They got a Trees or logo, so that's what I imagine. They're not AFC Ann Arbor, but regardless. After Cedars scored in that match, you could see the wind kind of pulled out of their sails for the Jags team, and they just didn't play with that same energy for the rest of the game. So you're seeing the complete opposite tonight, where this Jags team has been pushing it pedal to the metal against what some consider to be the best team in the Great Lakes East Division for a period of time. Been a part of those power rankings that the Midwest Premier League has put out. And speaking of the Midwest Premier League social channel, this attacking chance created here, not able to be capitalized on. Now Vincent Stockton, flick kick for Otavio Toluso, not able to get the right touch on it, sends it out, and he falls over. Not a fan of that one. He fell over, I believe, for some sort of injury reason. He's walking off the field and past the practice squad players now. For the moment, number 51, Alex Bylan, has taken his spot, who's playing in his first game this season, at least at home. Tommy will get the ball back, trying to make anything happen for this Liquid football team. And the Midwest Premier League created a graphic a little while ago that had the path to the playoffs or the race to first place or something like that for the top 3 teams in the division. Offside's not called. Great save! Ismail Hayden. Ball sent away. And that was Hayden's 4th save of the evening. But that graphic only had the top 3 teams in the division, which at one point were, well, still at this point, are Liquid Football, the Michigan Stars, as well as Cedars FC. But now you got to start to include the Jags in that conversation as well. This has been their most successful season to date, as far as I can remember. That ball headed by the defender into the hands of Hayden. Dangerous throw. Was able to get it to his intended target. This is Toma. Nice footwork. Try to get it past Shembry. Shembry just a little too tough. Bylan was the intended target of that pass before it was intercepted. Pania Murti trying to keep the ball alive. Dylan Wismont had an open target to his right. He instead tried to fake a move left, and pass was broken up. Here's Toma trying to keep it alive. Instead gets deflected out by Shembry. So in the danger zone, trying to create some drama, is Maurice Toma, who sends it near side to JP Hermosillo. Dia sends it to Nanru, now inside the box on the far side, looking for the cross, not able to get it. Cross disrupted. This has been beautiful defense from the Michigan Jaguars all game long, who are more than happy to just clear balls away and let that clock continue to roll out. If I'm Dan Diak and co., I would like to see this team score at least one more just to put it away for good before I really consider anything finished. Bylan, who subbed in for the injured Toluso, wanted that pass to Stockton. I feel like he's been begging for a goal all season. Hasn't been able to achieve one at home just yet. A lot of great chances for him. As this is game 4 of 5 at home. Shembry on the near side to throw it in towards the bottom right of your screen. Ball will bounce in the air a few times before being sent to number 31, Bernardo Testone. Some fancy footwork from Stockton. Will go inside to Bylan. Shoots, a little too high. Little over 10 minutes to go before stoppage time comes. At the end of a great match for the Michigan Jaguars, and if you're a Liquid Football fan, I am sorry. This has been a very disappointing performance from a team that is trying to put themselves in position to win the Great Lakes Championship in a little over a month from now. Substitution on for the Michigan Jags. And like I've mentioned up to this point, if you're a Jags fan, there's still work to do for your squad up to this point. Testone tried to head it away to his teammate. The offside flag went up, but the Jag player didn't get a foot on it, so the flag was swiftly placed down. Dia trying to get it to Toma. Gets it past his defender. He's been excellent on the footwork. Shembry's just a little too strong, though. Was able to get the ball knocked away. And here's Stockton. Looking for a teammate, not the right pass. Pania Murti goes inside. That's Calvin Pollock. Was able to save at that time for Bylan. Another attacking chance. Stockton trying to drive inside. He does so. Wasn't able to track it all the way down, though, so it's a throw in the danger zone. Stockton taking his time to get back on the field. Ball's headed away and saved by Shembri. Great defense from Alba Algathi. And excellent footwork from Dominic Dono. Shot by Calvin Pollock and saved by Ismail Hayden. 5th save of the evening. Alex Byland was knocked all types of different directions. The young player for the Michigan Jags plays for their MLS Next team. Pollock will have another shot on frame. Not quite blocked. Sent into the air. Offsides flag was raised, but not necessary. Center ref will call it anyways. And we'll send the ball back. And with less than 10 minutes to go, as there haven't been a lot of stoppages in this second half. No goals either. Can't imagine that there would be any more than 2 minutes of stoppage time before the Jags potentially get a shutout win. As far as I know, it would be their first shutout win of the season. I can double check that again. A lot of pushing and tripping and shoving going on from Nino Shembri. Very aggressive player. Gets called for the foul on that. And he shows good sportsmanship to Dehane Nanru by picking him up. Free kick chance, 30 yards out from goal. 2-man wall. As Abdou Sene to send it in. Unsuccessful, and now Shembri trying to get a counterattack chance started. It's 2-on-3 right now. He's got numbers coming, though. Great defense from JP Hermosillo to get in the way and give Abdou Sene a chance to start attacking in the danger zone. Great defense this time from number 42, Ryan Moody. Haven't called his name a lot, but he's been doing plenty of work off the ball. Hayden to send it into the box and into the hands of Alvaro Lopez. The Jags have been very content to just let these balls play out. Haven't seen a lot of energy from them the past 20 minutes or so. Corner kick for Liquid Football. Trying to start something. They're getting every player in there besides the keeper, with the exception of Dylan Wismont. Sends it in, it's low, deflected away out for another. Two corners to be taken seconds apart. Corner sent almost on frame, was headed away by the defender. pass sent a little too far. It's out for a goal kick. Some substitutions coming on for the Jags before it's all said and done. And looking through their results, this would be the first shutout win of the season if they're able to hold on. For Liquid Football, it would be their first time getting shut out this season. As like I said, this has been a very successful team. Hard collision. Allows for number 21 to get in the game. Not a player on my roster. I don't know if I want to speculate as to who that may be. Offsides call on number 49, Reese McCreary. 6-foot attacker from the Nationals ECNL squad. Dia trying to get past two defenders. Will go instead to Nanru. Inside. Needs help. Tough defense. Gets it deflected and now was in the possession of Dia. Before it's cleared away. To Stone. Jacking for position with Alzamzami. Al-Ghafi. Now Alzamzami going toe-to-toe with Testone. Ball sent away, and it is a throw-in for the Jags. About a minute and a half before stoppage time comes and goes. Well, before stoppage time comes, it hasn't gone quite yet. We'll probably have a minute or two. There have been some fouls here and there, but no real yellows to speak of and no goals either. This Jags team has played excellent defense throughout the entire match. Number 12, who was listed as a starter on my sheet, but has just got into the game now, is number 12, Carlos Valbuena, who is a player coach. Some throw-in drama on the far side of the field. We are now in stoppage time. Those 45 minutes have expired. Ref giving Liquid Football some breaks and allowing them to have a chance to break the shutout in extra time. Probably need to do so on this possession. Pass intended for Dia, gets headed away by Arthur White. Now trying to create a chance. Number 49, Reese McCreary, was charging towards the ball before Ismail Hayden started it. This is Bernardo Testone trying to score again. Shot saved. It was out. It did hit the top of the goalpost and bounced towards the yellow goalpost, if that makes sense. Sixth save of the evening in extra time. Gives the Jags a corner to potentially score one more and seal the deal. There's a lot more Liquid players in the box than there are Jags players, as the entire back line is out towards the middle of the field. The corner was taken short and kept very close, just looking to waste time by any means necessary. Some attackers for Michigan are charging up. But still, this defense giving Liquid football fits up until the last minute. Number 21 will give it up to Dylan Wismont. Sends it up. This is Sene. Cross sent to the foot of a defender who sends it up into the air. Still trying to buy some time. Waste time, I should say. Slide from Vincent Stockton, not successful. Chasing after this one is Keith and Puniamurti, and it's sent out into the trees. See ya. They won't get that ball back. Someone finds a ball for him, so most likely one last throw in to be taken. So we've now stretched into the 94th minute. Still an attacking chance. Cross was low and sent away again. Looks like that'll be Puniamurti. To throw it in. Headed away. I guess we're going to play another 30 minutes. I'm not sure what's going on. There it is. That is the end of the game to secure the first shutout win of the season for the Michigan Jaguars and moves them up into first place in the Great Lakes East Division. It started with a goal in the 5th. Start minute from Arthur White, the midfielder defender from Northwood, who's able to send a right foot roundhouse into the back left corner of the net. And then about 25 minutes later, Bernardo Testone, on the umpteenth attack chance, was able to slip it past Esmail Haydn, who was outside of his box. Was able to skate it low into the center of the net and prevent the defender the chance to clear it away. Afonso Henrique and Alvaro Lopez combine for a clean sheet, the first of the season for the Michigan Jaguars. And for Liquid football, they move into a three-way tie for first place and their first shutout loss of the season. A lot of work for the Michigan Jaguars to do. They will be at the Michigan Stars on Friday, July 11th, and we will see them next on Sunday, July 13th, against the Detroit Badgers FC, who they smoked the last time around. Until next time, on behalf of the Whole Point Images crew, for John Mills and the boys, my name is Garrett Pogg.